Hey everybody, it's Alison Heikkila. Thanks so much for joining me today. We are going to ink up the S'mores stencil from A Colorful Life Designs today. This is a great little stencil, and I love that it is just a single stencil and not many layers. It makes things so easy. So that's the S'mores stencil right there. You can see all of those wonderful layers that you're just going to stack on top of each other to make this really cute s'mores. You like to eat s'mores? I do. My kids are always asking to have s'mores, and we are happy to oblige them very often. So I have a piece of smooth Bristol cardstock from Strathmore, and I'm just going to use some washi tape to mask off the second layer from the bottom. This is really the only layer that I find I kind of need to mask off. The rest of them, they're spaced out far enough where you really don't need to. I have some brushed corduroy distress ink, and I'm just using my cottontail blending brush to apply that color. It's a really good graham cracker color. I really like how it came out. Now, of course, you can experiment with whatever browns you have at home, but this is what I found worked really well. It's exactly what I did on the card that's on the left there, and I thought the colors came out really good. So I'm just taking the washi tape off of here, and I'm going to wipe off that brushed corduroy just so that it doesn't get onto my next layer. And once you start stacking these, you'll see how perfectly they fit together, like seriously perfectly. So now what we're going to do is add the chocolate. I'm going to tape this down a little bit. And again, I really don't need to mask it, which is excellent. It's a super huge time saver. So here I'm just showing you that depending on how you like to build your s'mores when you make them at home, you can have the chocolate on the bottom or the chocolate on the top. I tend to put my pieces of Hershey's chocolate on the bottom and then smoosh my marshmallow on top. So that's what I did here, but they work either way. I started off with this layer with rich cocoa Memento ink. It was a little too red for me though, so I went in with walnut stain distress ink. And again, I had done the exact same coloration on the card that's on the left, so that's why I knew which colors I needed. But you lay that rich cocoa down, and then to just kind of take away some of those red undertones, some walnut stain on top of it makes it the perfect chocolate color, at least in my opinion. Maybe you have some other chocolate colors that you like to use, so use what you have. Next, we have the marshmallow layer. So, how do you make a good marshmallow so that it shows, but it looks kind of burnt, right? Or at least a little smoked. I grabbed some black soot for that, some black soot distress ink, and very, very lightly I went over the marshmallow. I was a little heavier on the sides, just, to give it the appearance of being kind of round, but just a touch was all you need there. And then for that top graham cracker layer, we're going to put that right on top of the marshmallows, and I'm going to go back in with the brushed corduroy and just lay that down, and you'll see that there's one more layer on top, which is like, it just finishes it off so perfectly. You've got those little dots that the graham crackers actually have, like those holes. So once I get the brushed corduroy on here, I'm going to go in with the rich cocoa Memento again, and then the walnut stain on top of that. See, that looks cute just like that. But then you add like the holes, forget it. It's like perfect. And now I really want some s'mores. We're not going to actually make the card today. I really just didn't want to take up too much of your time. I do that enough in other videos. I just wanted to show you the way that I found was a good way to make the s'mores themselves. After I ink this up, I'll wind up cutting it out, not on screen or anything like that. Again, it was really just about showing you which colors I used for which layers and how it stacks up so nicely. It's just fun. So what I'm doing here is I have a little bit of the darker brown still on my brush, and I'm just darkening the edges of the graham cracker just to give it a little bit of texture, dimension, etc. On the card itself, I had cut out the graham first and then added some ink to it, but you could do it either way. The sentiments that I used are from the S'mores stamp set from A Colorful Life Design. You can see that I used 2 of them. And for that, I used Fallen Leaves, VersaFine Clair ink for that. And then just a couple pieces of pattern paper, which I inked the edges of the top one. That's about it for me. I hope you liked this video. It was a nice quick one for you. I hope you'll give this a try. So I will see you all very, very soon. The links for all of the products that I used are in my description box below. Don't forget to use my code ALFAN10 to save 10% at A Colorful Life Designs. Be well, stay safe, peace out.